Sorry about that. Lost sound for a minute. So we were just talking about going downhill. You can see on this part of our swing, in regards to your approach, when the barrel's kind of below our hands, your path is more this way, whereas we're trying to get you to change your path to be this way, and I want it to be more kind of the opposite. I want it to be more down and then more flat and through. So the green is how we want it to be, and the red's of where it is right now. And so that's going to make a big difference, is changing your bat path. And that's going to be huge in regards to being flat. We call it down, short to it and long through it. And if your bat angle is more in the uphill direction, it's going to have us be underneath the ball and lifting the ball too much compared to being driving the baseball. Also, when I look to point of contact, we need to change a couple things. You'll notice one thing, that our knees are too close together, and what you can do, all you need to do with that is take your back foot, instead of being on your toe, you want to be more on the ball of the foot. So you want more of the foot on the ground, and if that more of the foot on the ground, that's going to create more space in between your knees, and that's going to help you with more power as well. So when you go ahead and do that stride, just make sure at the end of our swing, go ahead and finish, and hold your finish, and then just look down and really check out that back foot to see that ball that's going to be on that ball of the foot to be on the ground compared to being up on the toe here. But the biggest thing is just making sure we're going to be more on flight. You can see at the end of our swing, what you want to do is you want to hold your finish. There's a couple things you want to do. One is you see that there's a bend in the front knee. Okay, we want to have this as being more firm. So you want to take that bend out. The other thing is you want to have a bend in the back leg, just like at contact, but you want to be able to hold your finish. So you want your angle of your foot to kind of be like that. You want to make sure we don't over-rotate that back foot. You can see that heel is more looking at the camera, whereas right now you want that heel to be facing up towards the sky, just like you were at contact, but you want to hold that finish and not over-rotate it. So in an ideal world, at the end, you kind of want your feet to look like this, your front side to look like that. You want that label of that shoe to kind of be facing up towards the sky and not towards the camera. And then you want your upper body to be here, and you want your head, instead of having your head more forward, you want your head to be in this circle. And that's the perfect stance you want to be, and then that's going to help you be more of a flat downhill angle to my hitting in regards to for my swings here. So just going into another swing, and typically they'll be the same in regards to that. I've been watching your swing a few times. You can see how much those hands drop, so make sure when you get yourself loaded. At this point of our swing, there's a couple things. One is you can see that your posture is, you're kind of bent over forward. So just get your posture to be nice and straight. Have it to where you're here, and have it to where your head's just a little bit higher up here, so you can raise your middle of your eye should be up in this area here. So if I take this as our eyes up here, to get your hands to be and your posture to be a little bit higher. You can see that our hands are way too low. We don't want our hands to be there at all, and that's going to make a big difference in regards to our hand path moving more of an uphill direction. So at this point of our swing, you want to make sure that your hands have to stay up by your ears, and you want your hands to be there, and you want your bat angle to be right in about there. And what that's going to do, it's going to create you to be here, and I'm going to be flat and through, compared to right now when those hands drop, right? Those hands drop down here. That's going to get our swing plane to be more this way, and that's going to be getting us underneath the ball and not being able to drive the baseball. We're going to be more lifting the ball. See how that barrel really dropped below our hands right there. And the cool part about this is it's going to make a huge difference in regards to your swing. So what you want to do is you want to start with your hands low, and then they finish up high, where you want to be the opposite. You want to have them kind of start up here, start higher, and just work more downhill, and then downhill and through it, and then your hands will naturally kind of finish up nice and high over here, and that just changing that bat angle. So what I would do is I would get what's called a high tee drill. I'd get a bucket, and I'd put that bucket and just turn it over, and then I would get a tee and put it on top, and I would have that tee just nice and high, in regards to having it right at the top part of the strike zone, and put a ball up there and work it to where your hands, you can see that those hands have to stay nice and high in order to hit that tee or hit that ball. You got to have your hands nice and high compared to right now. Your hands would kind of knock that tee over because your hands are so low. So the exciting part, this is going to make a huge difference in regards to your swing. Watch this video over and over again. Work on the high tee drill. Work on holding your finish. Work on all the parts of your swing. Just really work on your mechanics and slow motion of fixing all these things, and it's just going to make a big, big difference in regards to your swing. So thanks for coming to camp. I look forward to seeing you next year, and have a great rest of your summer.